Good afternoon and welcome to Talking Business with the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Barbados, or ICAB. I am Damien Skeete, President of ICAB. Earlier this month at our annual general meeting, I was honored to be re-elected as President for the 2026 to 2027 term. I thank our members for their continued confidence and support, and I look forward to serving the profession and the wider public over the coming year. As we reach the midpoint of the year, this is a good opportunity to reflect not only on the topics we have discussed throughout the year, but also on what they mean for you as a household, a taxpayer, and a decision maker in the months ahead. Earlier this year, we examined the performance of the Barbados economy in 2025. The economy grew 2.7%. Inflation remained low at approximately 0.7%, and foreign reserves stayed strong at about $3 billion. These are important indicators of stability. More recently, the central bank's review of the first quarter of 2026 shows that this stability is continuing while also evolving. In the first 3 months of this year, the economy expanded by approximately 1.7%, supported by tourism, construction, and the business services. Inflation has increased slightly to just over 1%, but remains relatively contained, and international reserves continue to provide a strong external buffer at roughly $3 billion. So what does this tell us? It tells us that Barbados remains on a path of steady growth, but within a more uncertain global environment. One of the key themes of our programs this year has been that economic stability does not always translate into financial comfort for households. We explained how electricity costs are driven largely by imported fuel and how global oil prices can directly affect your monthly bills. We also examined how shipping costs influence supermarket prices, particularly where import duties are applied to both the cost of goods and freight. In response, the 2026 budget introduced several measures aimed at easing these pressures, including adjustments to fuel-related charges, tax caps, and changes to the calculation of certain import duties. But as we emphasize, these measures are temporary buffers. They are designed to slow the pace of rising costs, not eliminate them. Another important lesson this year is that policy is only the first step. Whether it is a tax credit, an adjustment to customs duties, or energy-related support, these measures require regulations, administrative systems, and clear public guidance before they can take effect. And as highlighted in our policy-to-pocket discussion, timing matters. If implementation is delayed, the benefit to households is reduced. For households and businesses, this means staying informed, not just about what is announced, but about when and how these measures are actually applied. So the question becomes, what should you be doing now? As we enter the second half of the year, there are 3 practical steps worth considering. First, review your personal finances. Rising costs, whether from utilities, food, or transportation, and other essentials, continue to require active management. Second, understand the measures that apply to you, whether it's tax credits, filing requirements, or support programs. Awareness can make a real difference. And third, plan with uncertainty in mind. Many of the measures currently in place are temporary and may not remain in place indefinitely. Now, as you plan ahead, there are several key questions worth considering. Remember, several measures announced in the 2026 budget were designed as temporary support, and some have already been implemented, such as targeted assistance to vulnerable groups through monthly grants. But there are some key considerations to take note of. For example, how long will these measures remain in place? What happens as global conditions change? And in areas such as energy costs, where temporary arrangements have been used to manage price volatility, what should households expect when those arrangements come to an end? These are not just policy questions, they are planning questions. Because if support measures are time-bound, households and businesses must be prepared for what comes next. And this is precisely why conversations like these matter. At ICAB, our goal is to help you understand how economic developments, both global and local, translate into your everyday financial reality. And as we have said throughout the year, it is not just about policy. It is about how policy reaches your pocket. So as we reach the midpoint of the year, take a moment to reflect on your own financial position. Review your plans for the months ahead and stay informed about the changes that may affect you. This brings us to our final episode before our summer break. On behalf of ICAB, I wish you and your families a safe and enjoyable crop over season. I am Damien Skeete, and this has been Talking Business with ICAB.